Hello, good evening. Welcome to Story Reckless. Tonight we are going to be doing a Q&A for our somewhat recently concluded uh, campaign of Lancer, the module Pierce the Heavens. I am the ex-GM. My name is Olive. I use she, they pronouns. And here are our ex-players.
So we're all fired.
We're all exes.
We're all exes. Yes, hello. Oh, hi, Wash Grandpa. Yes, hello. I'm Nathan. I use he/him pronouns. And I did play Gatling in the module that we just ran. And our delay is entirely my fault because of things happening in my life. But we are here now.
I'm Claire. My pronouns are they, them. I played Rat, who, despite his own efforts, survived the campaign.
I'll get you next time.
And
Oh fuck, that's me. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yes, hi, I'm Enyo. I played Nani Choripan, who was doing really, really well at anything that didn't involve stepping in a mech and trying to hit something in a mech.
You got the killing blow at the very end to the final boss.
That is true, yeah, and that felt unfair.
I thought that was
Wait,
awesome.
how so?
I felt like it should have gone to
Somebody who there's like a narrative connection there.
yeah.
I don't know. You have that through line of murdering people.
That is
You did
true,
have
I
the through
guess.
line of
with
murdering
the
people.
garrote.
Doing what had to be done.
Yeah, I thought it was epic.
If Korolyova had her way, she would have escaped and or tried to take one of you under her wing. Because that's apparently what she knows how to do to people who oppose her. Take them in and mold them to her image.
Oh man, that does bring up a question right away.
That's a good segue.
I mean, I guess we could start it. What did you have some plans for Asuka, like doing a turn at the end or something, or was Koryova? I mean, it seemed like it was obvious Koryova was trying to groom Asuka or do something with Asuka, but was there ever a world where Asuka would have made a turn?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Like, I mean, the pieces were all in place, and like I didn't really like have a plan of like, oh, this is what's gonna happen. But if things like happened to line up, if like Korolyova had survived or like landed on the perch with like Asuka's mech, she probably would have just like nabbed Asuka and bolted.
Was that something that you had intended from the beginning, or was this something that happened naturally as we played?
Claire, do you want to answer this one?
Sure. I visited Olive in September, and I was just doing the thing that I sometimes do of like narrating my thoughts about what might happen, different options, like speculating about different characters. And at one point, Olive stopped and like looked at me and said, "That's a really good idea."
So what I'm hearing is that Asuka was the box of screws of this campaign, because box of screws for our this is a throwback to to our first D&D campaign, that the first thing we ran on Story Reckless. But box of screws, that character Claire had very, like, in the heat of the moment, had basically said, oh my god, box of screws is a vampire, and that was something that I did not have planned at all and just ran with it. So it sounds is this
really?
Yeah, I've told you this before. I revealed this to you before. Yeah.
Wait, why did you think that Box of Screws was a vampire? What did you pick up on?
So when we first returned to her, Lovelace said that she'd made her first deal with the devil, referencing Fred. And then Box of Screws replied, "Are you so sure about that?" In reference to it being her 1st.
Mhm.
And I was like, wait a minute. I didn't realize my sister's self-loathing went this far. And then I started iterating on okay, what actually could be happening? And then she came and visited me and asked explicit permission to enter my house, despite the fact that this is something that we had done before. And I was like, is she a vampire?
And then I ran with it. But anyways, to get back to Lancer,
Yes, good evening.
is
This
this
is Story Reckless. This is Q&A
Yeah.
for our D&D
Yeah.
campaign from 3 years ago.
But my point being, the reason I brought it up is that I feel that this seems to be a pattern, and I think it's a good one. I think that in general, if this happened with Claire, with me, it sounds like it's happened with you, but just us throwing ideas out there, and it's really nice to be able to actually run with those and incorporate those into what we're doing. Is that kind of what happened with Asuka then?
Yeah, okay, so I have a weakness for cool protagonists who are action packed and stuff, and Asuka checked a lot of those boxes for me, so I'm yeah, I'm gonna love Asuka's gonna be so great in this. She's gonna be the GM PC. And then I don't know, she just started off on the wrong foot or something, and I don't really remember how it happened, but it's oh, she's really conceited, and it just started self-perpetuating, where it's okay, I guess this is who Asuka is. This is not what I had in mind, but
That's
I
so
guess
funny.
we're going with this. And then it just kind of was a positive feedback loop.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Can we, before we get too far into this, can we just actually acknowledge Enyo real quick? Because I feel like this is just kind of happening over here in the corner of the screen, and we haven't acknowledged it. We could also just keep going without saying
I
anything.
deadass thought you were going to do a land acknowledgement.
No! Oh my god! No!
A lot of land to cover.
No! The amazing outfit that you're wearing, this incredible costume. Wow. Sorry, that just caught me off guard. But yes,
Thank
Enyo,
you. It
can
was
you-
my Halloween costume. I was a Lancer pilot. I guess this is my undersuit. This is the Smith Shimano. What are they called? Sylph suit.
Sylph suits.
Yes, I'm gonna say that's what it is. I did not make it. I bought it off the internet.
Well, it looks great. But
It does look great.
the mask.
Oh yeah, the mask.
Mask.
Oh, yes, it's so cool.
And it has, oof, I was born in the dark.
All right, we gotta get one clean. Wait, we gotta get one
Oh,
clean
oh,
shot.
one clean?
Put it down. Take the hands away from the mouth if you can. There we go. Perfect. I'm thinking ahead for screenshots for social. If we do another Lancer. All right. Anyways, sorry. I had to.
I had goggles too, and I left them. I just left them at the Meow Wolf. It's okay.
How long did it take you to get that costume together? I'm thinking if we could do a dress to quest sort of situation for the next Lancer game.
Have little accoutrement.
Yeah.
It took me less than a week because that's when I had this whole big costume planned. I did a serious Medusa thing.
Oh.
And then they said oh, you can't have headpieces like that. And I was like, well, shit. Okay, I have to do something else.
Wait, who said you can't have headpieces?
I was going to a Halloween event at Meow Wolf.
Oh, okay. Got
And then
There's
it
an
didn't
event.
matter. And nobody listened to that rule.
Oh, so there were just headpieces.
Yeah. People, you weren't supposed to have full face masks and big gaudy headpieces, and everybody had them. And I was like,
That's so funny.
it's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, amazing.
I'm trying to think of other examples of things that we just kind of ran with. I wasn't expecting Lev to become a character at all. We rolled Lev's name on the table.
Oh,
Mhm.
right.
It was just, there was a short list of possible things that could be happening, in the commons and say, okay, well, they're taking food. Where are they taking food from? I don't know, Baker? What's
Yeah.
the Baker's name?
Lev was my favorite NPC. He
I
was
think-
just so solid
Yeah.
and reassuring in a violent sort of way.
Lev knows some people who can make a body disappear on short notice.
Yep.
But also can cook you some nice food
hmm
while you do some plans.
I mean, really, the best of both worlds. It's like if Sanji didn't suck. Sorry, that's a One Piece reference. I've been watching a lot of One Piece. Anyway, I really appreciated Lev. I thought Lev was fun. But what I really want to know is, well, I guess speaking of characters where you had to like roll names and everything, what happened to June Lancer?
Oh, like on when everybody like went to their like little dream realm.
Yeah, what did they all Koroliova,
Okay,
Lev and June?
let me see. I like wrote out a whole scene. Like things happened.
Yeah, 'cause we
Let
have
me.
Coriolva, Lev, and June were the 3 NPCs that were, I guess, important to us that were
Yeah.
named.
Where was this?
June Lancer.
Did she have a last, or did they have a last name? I forgot.
Uh,
I even forgot that.
I don't think so.
Did not write it down. Okay, so here's what happened to Kestrel, June, and Asuka. Kestrel, my notes, just kind of like snippets, saw the hole the drill was making and the reams of hungry ghosts coming out of it, clawing at her. She jets up, staying out of reach, staying above the masses. Kept going up. She's in space. This nest of hers is a small speck in the larger workings of the House of Glass. The people here don't know how insignificant they are. June woke up in a nest, their wings broken, makes a sound. Asuka uncovers them. June sees Asuka wearing the clothes of a glass cadet, warns against the path she's on. Asuka, I'll never be like you. I'll take her down myself, and takes up off after Kestrel. June sees the happenings of the PCs far below and can't do anything about it. Has the freedom to just leave or to come back. They, from above, saw the light and love of Rat and Gat scene and decided to come back. Asuka. Space expanded. She was chasing Kestrel forever. She became a small bird flying in Kestrel's wake. They fly into orbit. Asuka looks down and sees, indeed, how small the world is and, more importantly, how alone she is now. She didn't wait for anyone. She decided to take the world on herself. She knew she was the protagonist. Kestrel. Not all heroes win. Your time will come, perhaps, if you prove yourself to me. And clips Asuka's wings. And then we open with Asuka's mech resolving itself far above and sputtering, falling. She's out of control. She's going to fall back down to the cave floor below. And then Kestrel comes down and snatches her away and stashes her like a shrike stashes a small rodent on a spike.
Awesome.
And so June decided to come back, rematerialized up on the surface, kind of like along with all the reinforcements that were planning to go down the hole, hijacked one of the mechs. I think somehow incapacitated the pilot that was supposed to be there. Yeah, and then was like, I'm gonna go fight on the side of the people who have been showing me dignity. And also teenage hormones. I have something going on.
Dignity. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was just like a glimpse of anything else, and then like it got. I mean, we could talk about like Rat and June's vibe, because that was another thing. There was like, well, I guess June's like attached to you, and it's like, oh, like I'm very much like I'm attached to one person, and if it's not Kestrel, it's gonna be you, and I have all sorts of weird feelings, and we're like in this tight space. And it just got sour real quick.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel? What was Rat's?
Oh, Rat was deeply turned off by someone accusing him of prisoner abuse. You know, that's just like really not his scene.
That's just a joke. That's just something that you say up and on glass. Like that's just how the world is, right? According to June.
Yeah, so that, and then your description of them as being wayfish. And I was like, there's absolutely no chance this is not going anywhere. Rat just not attracted to very thin people, evidently. Yeah. So that was like, Rat would not have reached out to June initially if they had not been present to overhear Gatling and Jiro's conversation, because that was very much a turning point for Rat. But yeah, they reached out because Gatling made it clear that Gatling needed Rat, that he needed Rat to be alive. And then Rat was like, oh, well, I guess I'm living then. Now what? Oh.
Wait, at what point was that conversation? Remind me.
Yeah, which conversation between Gatling and Jiro?
When Jiro was dying.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was in the infirmary, I think.
Yeah.
Or
the
makeshift infirmary.
The makeshift infirmary, yeah.
Sorry, it was like in the admin office or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. 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 Did you have something for Lev or no?
No, I did not.
Okay. Well, those were awesome. I love
The
those.
double helix whiteness that he ended up with was pretty darn cool as a visual.
I forgot that happened, to be honest.
I'm trying to remember that. What was this?
And did Lev turn it on? Was Lev the
Mhm.
one? So I think like Lev might have been. Now that I'm just coming up with stories, I think Lev might have been like at the eye of the hurricane there, which is why it didn't affect him like it did everybody else.
Okay.
And so he switched it on, and I believe he like his clothes and stuff were bleached in a spiral.
Cool.
And like then his hair, when the spiral reached his hair. I don't really know how like you bleach in a spiral for hair. It seems like the pattern would get messed up pretty quick.
I think you like described his face and neck being bleached as well in the spiral pattern.
That's cool.
I believe so, yeah. Just like anything exposed on the surface.
That's cool.
Maybe the skin underneath too.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
And yeah, you look like you have something.
No, I was just thinking, oh, that's how people get anime hair.
They get exposed to paracausal drills.
Yeah.
Amazing.
An anime character box. Get in there.
Yeah. I mean, Asuka was definitely an anime character. I think that's what the disconnect was that Asuka was an anime character, and we were seeing something that was not an anime.
Only Asuka was in an anime. Everyone else was in a different genre entirely.
It's fun how people kind of bring their own realities with them, perhaps. And you just get like a little paracausal nudge, and then that reality you bring with you becomes manifest.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of that, all of you told us to think of like an important turning point or significant event in each of our relationships.
Yes.
And that was the only prompt you gave us for the paracausal episode.
Mhm.
I'm curious, how did just read my own question here? How did the paracausal scenes differ from how they happened actually in the past? If they did at all, like, and if so,
Actually-
how?
Oh, like in previous runs or something?
No, not in previous
For our
runs, but like,
characters.
yeah, we all had memories
Oh.
of these things happening, did the paracausal scene play out as the characters' memories had it? If so, why? If not, why?
Don't have a great answer for this. I think it's
not a question.
Yeah, I think it's like dream rules, right? Where like you wake up and you're back in like your old school, and you're around figures that were perhaps important to you then. Perhaps they are out of time and like they were never in that place.
Mhm.
And so all of the themes were very real, but like the details of it weren't really fixed.
Also, in regards to that, I feel like, why did I think this? I feel like there was something that you alluded to, or maybe it was Lev alluded to it, or not Lev, the doctor, Dimitri. Am I misremembering this? I feel like somebody said something that when the paracausal event happened, that it could have the ability to like change reality or warp reality, and I had this. Well, yeah, I remember latching on to that as Gatling and having this feeling of, wait, if this can change reality, can I change it right now? And I was like, trying to influence the past. Was that, was that entirely delusional, or was there any possibility of that actually being able to happen, like in actual gameplay? Like could we have done something in those scenes to have
and then like come out
future?
like so
yeah.
if you
with
like,
mom
or
something
like
that. I mean, that would be like
there.
that would be really wild to somehow come out with mom still alive, but sure, that would be like a really extreme example, but anything like that.
That wasn't my plan, but if something like that happened, I would think that would be extremely sick.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't, because like for some reason I remember in the moment as Gatling latching onto that and having this thought of, oh my god,
we have the power
to change the past, let's do it right now. So and then yeah, towards I remember with my scene specifically, towards the end it started to get more surreal with wasn't like a bunch of the people started like clawing towards us, and then I know with Nani's scene very similarly with the bodies erupting, like there was the surreal elements.
That could have been a memory, you don't know.
Nani just riding on a pile of corpses.
Like I think that's like the ghosts of the hungry dead intruding in on your bubble reality. So like that was those people. It wasn't like an illusion or a phantasm.
But you are saying that had it seemed like it had made sense within the scenes, that maybe we could have influenced the paths, you would have ran with that, it sounds like.
Okay. Yeah, probably. Like I was more focused on, like when I saw Gatling like really latch onto that, the thing that's like, ooh, this is juicy, and I think Claire jumped onto this too, is like Gatling's inability to like accept what has happened in the past. And like that was a nugget to build a scene around.
I'm honestly I'm happier with the way it played out. I always timey-wimey time travel stuff is always really tricky. Like I do love a good time travel story, but they fall apart so easily and so quickly. And also having that power to just like change the past, sometimes that really sucks the air out of like a narrative or like weight to like choices. I'm not saying entirely no to that, but I'm really happy with the way that it did play out, and I'm happy that both of you latched on to the more
if I had done that,
element.
If like we had said the world changed because of this thing, I don't know, I'm so biased against time travel. Like it would have been like more of a like switching to like an alternate reality.
For
Or,
sure,
this,
yeah.
this has like always been true.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm on board with that. Like, yeah, I know Back to the Future has a lot of plot holes and all that, but I always
Yeah.
did love that style of like all
Well-
those, you know, suddenly you're in a different timeline and there's all these like crazy things because
Well,
of it.
I think the thing there is like, for me, the difference is your memory also changes. It's
Oh,
like
wow.
you
So
are
you
now
wouldn't
playing
even-
a character
Got it.
where your
Okay.
mother survived, and you
Okay.
had like a
Yes.
weird dream, and you remembered how they survived,
Yeah.
and like that's where you like retroactively say that that's what it's been the whole story.
Cool.
Mhm.
Cool. But Claire, was that question directed specifically towards Olive, or was that?
It was actually not directed at all at all.
Oh. So you were wondering from the perspective of Enyo and I, like,
Yeah.
what we imagined.
I also
those-
took that as directed at me for some reason.
Well, I mean, I think it was informative hearing your perspective on it because, I mean, I didn't have like a. Sorry, I guess I'll just start, Enyo. But
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't have like a super fleshed out idea of what that memory was. It was very bare bones. So, but I was operating under the assumption that, again, based on taking cues from you, Olive, I was operating, I think, on the headspace that you had laid out of that this is sort of the reality, but it is that sort of dream logic, like you were saying. And I was having a ton of fun trying to like, and I don't know if this came across effectively or not, but I was having a ton of fun trying to convey that sense of the two different Gatlings sort of like bleeding together, of
I think you did that really well.
the older Gatling and the young Gatling sort of like coming head to head, and it was
Yeah, that was
confusing
excellent.
and weird, and so that's how I was operating under it. So in terms of the question, Claire, of like how much did the memory change or not, or what, like how accurate was it to the original, I think it, in my mind, when we were playing that out, it felt like it started out exactly as it was, and then, I mean, in obvious ways it changed towards the end, but even like almost immediately with the older Gatling's awareness coming into the scene, things rapidly deteriorated from what it actually was.
Mm.
So.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me, certainly. Enyo?
Yeah. Well, first, my headcanon of how the whole paracausal drill works is that it opens up, it unfolds like a space where all of the realities kind of split into channels, where each is kind of an alternate reality of things that could have happened. And we just process it with like this dreamlike quality because everything is sort of changing in front of us. And like, I think Nani was, because the past was happening at the same time as the present was happening. And Nani is somebody who like refuses to be beholden by the past. She is a profoundly not nostalgic person. And being trapped down in this pit and being like, all I have is nostalgia now, was not good for her. So I think it feels like when you're stuck in, you can, or she could see like, oh, this is a memory, this is a thing that has already happened, but it's like she's on rails and can't deviate from that conversation. As much as she tries, she thinks, no, I'm going to say this, and instead what comes out is the same exact thing that they've been through.
Interesting.
I think that's what it was for her. It was a feeling of, can you stop eating? Cat's eating plastic. Yeah, she felt a profound sense of impotence. Where, oh, this is going to keep happening and I can't do anything to stop it. That can't be right. So when it goes into her dream reality of being a mountain of corpses that is literally trying to drag her and people she cares about down. It's like, oh, this is my past really trying to just keep me here.
Mhm.
They're all like people that one way or another. She didn't need to like personally murder every single one of them. She was a politician. I think she kept her hands clean up until she was down in the pit. Yes. So I think it felt like if she didn't actively try and fight that, it would collapse into her only reality.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I like this idea, like we were talking about the Asuka, where like Asuka kind of has like her own bubble reality of like her perception of the world. And like every character somewhat has that. And like the thing that the drill does is it makes every reality kind of like solitary and like there's one or two people there and like makes it manifest. It's like this is the reality that you're carrying with you. But then also since it's a spiral and like the spiral has to come to a point, it kind of like marble cakes them together, which is why you're able to kind of like hop from one groove of the drill to another.
We all get this. Paracausal stuff is easy.
Yeah.
I see that. That's a really cool visual.
That is a really cool visual.
Yeah.
For Rat,
It makes such a
specifically,
cool, sorry, it would make such a cool anime opening.
Yes, it would.
Paracausal drill. Fuck yeah. I can see it.
for Rat, specifically the scene with Gatling and their mother. I also feel that started exactly as the memory happened, but originally, like what the actual reality, the initial reality, Rat like comforted and tried to help their mother, but it was more along the lines of, you're gonna make it, you're gonna be okay, we're here for you, the three of us are gonna like keep it together, sort of thing. Where here, because Rat knew that she would die, he was able to let her go so much more easily, like able to give her the option of leaving as opposed to clinging on with white knuckles, which he did previously, and also allowed him to like help Gatling to that point. I'm so interested in paracausality. Like I want to experience more.
Claire as a player or Rat as a character?
Claire as a player. I also think that Rat is not interested in being a mech pilot. And has a brain that would work well for dealing with paracausality. He's such a now creature. Like past and present, past's done with and present and future hasn't happened yet. Like all we have is what we are experiencing now, sort of thing.
Yeah. Like I've been listening to Friends at the Table's playthrough of Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Mhm.
And one of the planets that you go into that game is this old Sith temple. And you have to like go through like a number of different like visions, and like it puts you in like situations where it's like all of your other crewmates and friends like surround you and like yell at you and like try to attack you. And like throughout the entire kind of like ordeal, one of the persistent like options, like dialogue options that it gives you is like saying like, oh, this isn't real, y'all are just like phantasms and stuff. And if you pick that over and over, your teacher kind of like chides you for that being an escape, like a rejection. It's like a disconnection from reality and a refusal to deal with the emotional truths that are being presented to you.
Yes.
And I think that Rat is really good at not saying, "Oh, this is only a TV show." Um,
Yeah, everything is real. It doesn't really matter whether it's in your head, just in your head or not.
yeah, yeah. We should play maybe something in the Lancer universe that doesn't involve mech pilots. Just a thought.
Yeah, I can imagine Rat as being like an NHP specialist.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
interesting.
God.
I hadn't considered that.
We need to go to like hella technical school.
Yeah, Rat is not book smart. Rat has a great gut feeling.
Oh, maybe like Rat and like they find a like a comrade. Like you can be like, oh, what's like a good duo of like one person's like emotionally intelligent. Is this like X-Files, like Scully and Mulder,
Scully and Mulder.
like sort of situation? Where like one person would be like, here's how everything works. Here's like being the anchor of like one perceived reality, and then like Rat being more like accepting and saying yes to what's being presented to him.
Sounds fun.
Rat teaching an NHP how to be human.
That would end up with a really weird NHP.
Yeah.
NHPs, the artificial intelligence things.
Yeah.
They are non-human persons. They're not artificial like humans didn't make them.
Okay.
And they are intelligent and sentient in a way that sort of correlates to humans after you shackle them and give them personalities.
Okay.
It's kind of like putting masks on cosmic horrors, so you can like
Right, there.
talk to the mask.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. I vaguely remember this.
Mm-hmm.
That does actually bring up one of the Discord questions from Keys. Do you want to read it all over, or you want me to read it?
Which one are you thinking of? Go
The
for it.
core Lancer setting
There you go.
intentionally does not feature any aliens. I believe this was done in an attempt to avoid allowing players to easily other antagonists. I see. Yes.
Yeah.
It's harder to choose violence against people than it is against monsters. You can debate the success of that design due to the existence of NHPs, but in Pierce the Heavens, that doesn't come up. So how does it feel to RP through conflict that, despite taking place in the distant future and on an alien world, was entirely human?
I mean, I can start this because to me, I absolutely felt the difference. Where, yes, when we play our other games, there is an immense amount of like care and respect that we all put towards, all the NPCs and creatures that we encounter. But something about this, because it was sci-fi, but it was just a lot more grounded than like being in a D&D world or Monster Hearts, we didn't really encounter like having to inflict mortal wounds on people unless you were
I
a
tried,
ghost.
okay?
Yeah. But just in my experience with tabletop in general, like something about this game that we played, this setting that we were in, like the first time that we killed people, it like for me, like I felt that, and as Gatling was like struggling with that throughout the entire rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And like every time we destroyed a mech, or when Gatling straight up murked like 3 people very face to face, like those moments really carried a ton of weight. And I don't know, it's funny, it's like I don't know why those necessarily carried so much weight, because I've played other tabletop games, but I guess because like we weren't doing like a ton of combat throughout the majority of this module, so when combat did come up, it really felt like very heavy and very it was like, okay, this is a choice that we are making. So for me, I felt that yeah, I mean, to put it very simply, like it didn't feel easy to be like, okay, I'm just gonna pull out my weapon and go and defeat these enemies or defeat these monsters. Like, yeah. So that was how it felt for me.
Interesting. I had almost the exact opposite experience.
Really.
Yeah. Combat felt so well, it felt like we were playing suddenly a different game.
Mm.
The mechanics were so different. And I have never been drawn to robots
Mm-hmm.
as people as a concept. It very much felt like in combat we were getting pieces off the board because that was the goal, or we were, disabling pieces. And the fact that there were people inside of those mechs, like, that was present, and I was like working with that as an acting prompt. But like, I honestly felt that while combat was high stakes,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like accomplishing our goals and potential death risk, it was easier emotionally to kill people than pretty much all of our D&D stuff.
Yeah, I should be clear. I guess what I was specifically talking about, combat that hit hard for me, it was before the mech combat.
The narrative combats.
The narrative combats.
Yeah.
Those hit really hard for me. Those really felt like, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you had that experience, Claire, but I can hear that with the mech combat. I definitely, with the mech combat, that it became more abstracted, and I agree that it did start to feel more like clearing pieces off the board. And I was having a blast with it. Like, it was really fun to be in that world and imagine being in a giant mech suit. I mean, it was a total power fantasy, but that was really fun. But yeah, the narrative combat, I should have clarified. The narrative combat were the moments that stuck with me, of being like, oh, I just killed these people.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, yeah.
And maybe because I didn't kill anybody outside of mech combat.
You killed, I guess, yeah, you only killed one person.
Grasso.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, you killed Grasso, yeah.
Wow,
I completely forgot
Is
about
he
him.
not a person?
Okay, I killed one person.
Just one person.
Yeah, Wash Grandpa.
It seems like it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Wash Grandpa says that's a great point about the mech combat feeling like a different game. For me, I always get that with D&D as well. Really, any game with a chunky combat system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, and I think you felt like we were playing a different game because we were playing a different game. Like,
yeah. I mean, well, another thing too with the narrative combat is, I think another aspect of it almost feeling like, at least again, just personally from my, and I guess I did kill, it was like me and Nani, I guess, killed the most people in narrative combat. But I think one of the aspects that made it feel even more like somehow visceral was because there was almost less dice rolls. It made it feel more lethal, because it was just like, I make this one roll, okay, I've succeeded, now they're dead. Like, there was no build up. It was just like, yeah, you succeeded and now they're dead. And it kind of had that feeling of, I mean, I've never been in a fight in real life, but when I try to imagine and stories I've heard about fights and about real fights, they do sound like they happen very quick, right?
They're so fast.
Yeah, and so
yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, I'm curious from your perspective, Enyo, because you've played this system before.
Yeah.
And you've also, have you encountered NHP? So you might also have that perspective.
Yeah, a lot of, I mean, it feels like a lot of the Lancer games that I have previously played, focused on like, okay, there's an NHP that's gone rogue. There's
so many of those. There's so many.
I mean, I love it, but it's also like we're kind of ignoring the one a pivotal or an important choice made in this game.
Yeah.
And also no room for a wallflower has non-human, well, it has NHPs of a sort.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's also, yeah, they're definitely NHPs, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, like the big, I mean, spoiler alert, but
Yeah.
the antagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And um I agree that they're two different games. The tactical combat is a board game. That's a strategy game. And I guess what I like to imagine is that that's that's kind of how it feels when you are in a mech.
Hmm.
It gives you this sense of like you have your HUD and everything, and it's just a game. Like a successful mech pilot, I think, has to kind of dissociate the or disentangle an emotional response from the strategy that needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
I like
So-
that interpretation.
Yeah, ludonarrative assonance there of
Ooh.
everything, like the feeling of feeling disconnected lines up with like having gotten into a mech and seeing the world, yeah, through a screen. I like that a lot.
That's
And you're just
helpful
bigger.
for
Well,
me, Enyo.
Also,
Yeah.
with the mechs, like your combatants, like yeah, they're a lot of them are humanoid in shape, but still there's that additional layer of like you can look at it as an object and be like,
Mm-hmm.
here's
It's
Yeah,
machine on machine.
yeah, here's this thing I got. I mean, God, I don't know. This I'm sure there's literature out there about this, but I wonder if this is similar psychology that goes through like the minds of, tank pilots or tank
Drone
whatever,
pilots.
drone pilots,
Drone pilots,
Yeah.
yeah.
fighter pilots, like anything where you're interfacing with the machine and the combatants are essentially other machines, or yeah, you're interfacing through screen. I wonder, like,
Mhm.
I would imagine that could easily happen, but
Well, I've read a graphic novel called Verax that is about, well, it's about mass surveillance in drones and drone strikes. Very, very good. One large section about it is about drone pilots with PTSD.
yeah.
So, but also that was a different situation. They weren't fighting giant robots.
Yeah,
Okay, they
yeah.
were bombing like teenagers in Syria.
Yeah, and I don't. I guess I do need to be careful with what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be dismissive of the real people that go through those things. They know they definitely experience PTSD. But yeah,
But
I just
I
wonder.
will
yeah,
say,
yeah.
I will add that they did also talk about how, like, yeah, it is. It feels like a video game, and
Yeah.
it's really easy to disconnect from it because you're playing a video game, and
Yeah.
you don't have to think too hard about what maybe that truck, that little blip on your screen actually represents.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting to, if we do another one of these, to maybe, I don't know, maybe that could be an interesting thing to explore. Like, if we had, like, in this we didn't really have much downtime between mech combats. I think it was essentially like mech combat started and we had like a very brief moment of like after the elevator fight of like kind of a little moment of like strategizing, but we didn't have like a moment to process. It was like elevator fight and then shit, we got to get to the dig site, and then it was like, boom 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 boom. That could be an interesting thing to explore of like, okay, now we've come out of this mech combat. What
does this mean?
Yeah, what does this mean for our characters? Like, how do we process this? Do we actually end up seeing some of the consequences of that? Like, do some of those mech husks, like, do we see survivors or do we see not survivors? And then it's like, I guess it depends on the type of game you want to and story you want to tell, right? Because you could keep it more light and just be like, oh, we see the pilots ejecting away every time mechs get destroyed, or we don't even dwell on the destroyed mechs. Or you might want to lean into something more gritty and like explore those aspects of fighting and having to kill people and like, so I don't know. But yeah, I liked that questions. Thank you, Keys, for that.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
Another thing on this note of the disconnect between two thoughts actually between like narrative and combat is one is I feel like in a lot of other okay, so I have a soapbox speech saying that the mecha genre is the same genre as the magical girl genre, just with different aesthetics.
Mhm.
You both have like downtime and like normal human interactions and like relationships and like drama, and then you switch into a battle form of some kind at the kind of like climax of the story, resolve all the tension that like got built up through I don't know a cool like fight scene, and then the heroes like save the day. And you know you even have like transformation sequences like either magical
Hell
girls
yeah.
like you do
Oh,
your
yeah.
spinning, and then like in mechs it's like describe getting into your mech and like loading up
Oh,
and
and
what do you
core
say
power?
as you like launch. Yeah.
Now I'm just imagining a mech like doing the pirouette and like.
Yeah.
There absolutely has to be. Oh, Black Witch. Somebody must have a Black Witch magical girl.
Oh, absolutely.
So like I
Yeah.
really think that the role of like the combat is to like release that tension instead of like being more of like that same meat. Like it's there to kind of like say, okay, here's a big roll of the dice and like see how that like all resolves with a big like song and dance number. Another thought then is I think in future games it might be good to linger on that transformation between the two modes instead of saying, okay, now we're playing mech combat, guys.
Oh
like,
yeah, totally.
Like say, okay, the metal encases you, these screens blip up. You see like friend foe signatures. You're presented with this information and like a clear objective being like, this is what you need to do to win. Like maintain control of this point. And like objectives are synced up.
Yeah, having that transition period narrated out.
The transition period, but also like this is something we discussed briefly off stream. Do we have to fulfill the sit rep? Like, why this particular box do we need to outnumber the enemies in? What are we actually trying to do here? Like, what is the character goal? What is the narrative goal?
Yeah.
How is that different from the objective that has been given forth in this sit rep? Like,
I mean,
is there room for exploration in that situation?
Or like, can the sit rep be built between the players and the GM kind of thing? Like
a little bit more. Yeah.
Like, I mean, like the if we want to go into like specifics, like something that's coming to mind is, you know, with the elevator sequence, like, you know, it seemed like the goal was, hey, we're going to try to hold these people off long enough to give everybody else time to get out. Like that was kind of the most basic version of it. Like, yeah, if we can fully succeed and survive, that's awesome. But the primary thing is give everybody time to get out, and we're like holding them. So if that is our primary goal, then then maybe there's a way to interface with you as the GM to like figure out what that looks like in a sit rep. Like if we saw the map ahead of time, and then we could look at it and be like, well, it looks like there's a choke point here. Like, I don't know, you know, just like, or maybe it is clog up the elevator shaft long enough to stop reinforcements for a period of time or something. I don't know, like it would slow the game down, I think. We would have that period of brainstorming, but maybe it would kind of give more weight to each combat. A
couple of thoughts here. One, I think my style as a GM is I probably cleave too closely to sit reps as like a given. Like I don't have like a lot of, like my inclination is not to like go beyond that or like come up with something like weird and custom of like, you just have to get across this bridge while guys are shooting at you. Like I feel like my inclination is like, okay, every sit rep has to like have the same sort of like fighting arc of like guys are coming in, you do stuff for some amount of time, and then like you reach the goal.
Right.
And like having it be a little bit more free form, I think would probably be good. It's hard to do that in Lancer because like it
More
takes
work
like
for you.
so much prep work
Yeah,
to
totally.
set up a encounter.
I'm asking for a clarification here. Do you mean does anything mechanically need to change? Could we just get like flavor text of this is the sit rep, but we're flavoring it as the extraction zone is in this area, and we're holding our control zone that we're holding here is like a choke point, and that's
Right.
why it is the way that it is.
And like the like timer aspect could, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just I think it is that, Enyo. I think it is adding the proper flavor to the sit rep to just have it flow better with whatever the narrative is that's occurring. Because
So
I think
give it context.
Yeah, I mean, I think the elevator one, that's just the biggest example I could think of because it was, something we did. But like that one, I think it wouldn't have needed too much massaging to make it feel better. I think the big piece of feedback I heard, from Claire was like the point we were holding felt really arbitrary. Like it was hard to understand like why this box, like, when the enemies entered into that box. Okay, like, it was like, but why that box? Like,
What did
why
that
area?
mean?
Yeah, what did that mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that's the I guess extra step is just figuring out what those things mean and like how they tie into what's happening. So
I really, really like the idea of having the transformation sequence. Isn't there's like a Greek word for like the arming sequence, right?
Oh,
there
there is.
Yeah. I don't remember, but I do remember Ellen Millender talking about it. Anyway, I love that, having the arming sequence.
Gods all bless Ellen Millender.
Yeah. This is my 11 cubit spear. I'm a mech. This is my Nelson.
This might be going beyond the scope of Lancer and the mechanics, but something that keeps popping into my head when we're talking about this like arming sequence, this like transformation sequence, is I think there's such opportunity there for like real narrative tension. Because what if you are caught off guard and you have to ready up, but the combatants are like pouring in, like and again, I don't know how that would work with the mechanics of Lancer, but there's something really scary about that, right? Like,
yeah.
Fuck. And you're trying, like, as a little person, you're like, sprinting across the tarmac as, shrapnel and shit is flying around you, and you leap in your mech and you're trying to, like get everything up and running as it's like starting to get pelted, and it like that I think is so exciting. But how could you make that work with Lancer mechanics? I don't know, but just something to consider, because like those narrative moments are really exciting, and things like in media I've seen, like those are really fun and exciting moments.
It would be really funny if like half the party was like in their mechs and the other half like hadn't made it yet, and like we literally just like switched between the two games.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, like or switch between two games, or like, are there not rules for pilots though? Like
There are, and they're bad.
And they're bad. Okay.
Yeah, like pilots have like 10 HP, which is more than like a grunt mech, for example.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. So yeah, hold on. Wait. Pilots have more HP than a grunt mech?
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
I would think, because don't grunt mechs literally have like 1 hit point?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yep.
So, okay, that's weird.
Yeah, it's really artificial.
I would feel like you should have the pilot
the
have
point.
1 HP.
The point is like if you're out in combat, you don't immediately eat it.
Die, yeah. Oh God, I know, I get it.
But what if you did?
But what if you did? Yeah.
You would have to like homebrew something.
Yeah,
and be like, okay, pilots have all 1 HP. Congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations. Yeah. I don't know. Just anyways, something Yeah, or you have to suspend your disbelief. Yeah. Anyways,
One
things to
time
consider,
what was it? My pilot broke in narrative play right before we went into combat. So I started the injury I got was like, oh, it's a concussion. So my pilot was loaded into the mech unconscious.
Oh no.
Whoa.
And we started mech combat with my
Were
mech
you like
piloted
making
by
rolls to
the
try to
Con.
wake them up or something? Like,
I think so, yeah.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
that's what we did. We were just like, well, we don't have time for this. Start combat.
that's great. I did want to, because I know it's like we only have like a half hour left, and I did want to. There was a question here that I think maybe Claire maybe wrote. I don't know if you wanted to ask it.
Olive, congratulations on GMing on stream.
Oh my god. Thank you.
Yeah. How has this been for you?
It was really stressful. Like, y'all know, before every single stream, I was like hyperventilating. And I'm just like, I don't know if I can do this. I can GM for friends, but like
One
I just
of us.
and it got better with every single time, as Nathan said that it would. Yeah, it's like really having to launch into a thing, being on stage, not having any lines, not knowing how things are going to go. It's a scary thing, Nathan. I don't know how you do it and stay cool as a cucumber, and your brain doesn't just like shut down.
It's all a mask. It's all a facade. Because yeah, when we started this show, like, holy crap, my sleep was so bad. Like,
I remember
the
that.
day or two before streaming, I would be stressing like crazy. Yeah, but it did get better, and I'm glad it got better for you.
Yeah.
I don't know how much better, but it sounds like it did get better.
Yeah. I wonder what it's like running D&D on stream, because like, you know, I've like GM'd Lancer and like a D&D off stream before, and it's such a different experience.
Yeah.
I wonder how different it is running Lancer roleplay versus D&D roleplay, because like D&D roleplay, it feels like the simulation is always there. You can always just fall back on like
dice roll.
Yeah, what's going on here with like Lancer RP? It's like really, I feel like it strips a lot of that away.
Yeah, you can't just look down at your sheet for inspiration necessarily.
Yeah. Like,
I was surprised though, like they're yeah, I agree, but it was also crazy, like the amount of skills that you could choose, you know, when you're first building your pilot. But then it was like, well, but you don't have access. You only have access to the ones you choose. So it did kind of limit you in that way.
You can pick other ones. You just don't get a bonus.
Oh, so you can be like, I'm going to use this skill, but I don't have the bonus.
You just don't get a bonus.
Then it's just a 50-50.
Yeah.
I really like the bonds.
Yes,
and choosing your minor ideals, all that, because it gives you like a small thing to aim for, and it keeps you focused on what would your character do, what is important to them.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the bonds are very helpful for the narrative play.
I've heard said before that like the role of a character sheet should be, you look down to say, what do I say next? What do I do next? That's why like it's so much easier to play a spellcaster, I think, in D&D than a fighter, because like with fighters it's like, what do I say next? Great sword. Whereas spellcasters are like, okay, I can like craft or like materialize things, and it gives you like a lot more toolkits. And so the bond system, I think, is good at that, where it gives everybody okay, I can like tinker and like do a tinker roll and play a little mini game.
Whatever that ability I had where I could make the little makeshift things was like that was, I think, the
Mhm.
closest to being a spellcaster for me was like having that to lean on was amazing because I just be like, oh, and it was so easy to just like like run away with it with some like zany idea.
You couldn't run away with it. You always had to stay
I
still.
know.
You always had to
Yeah.
stay still.
Hey, got him!
Yay!
That was so annoying. I was like, ah. But it was also fun to figure out, okay, how do we make this make sense? Like that was also fun. Yeah.
Okay, so I do want to know. We did level up. What bond power? Does anybody have an idea of what bond power they would have gotten next?
Oh God.
Well, I chose
Yeah.
something involving hearts. What was it?
Oh, Heart of Hearts.
Oh yeah,
Heart
and
of
you.
hearts. Yes.
You get 3 nat 20s, but you only get to do it the 3 times, then you lose the ability forever.
Yeah. That was great. I'm so glad I got to use that at least once. I
Which-
want bond powers to be effective in combat.
Yeah.
where...
I like playing Heart of Hearts. I think I said this to you, Claire, that's pan character, where
Mhm.
you as a player can only use the ability 3 times once,
Yeah.
or like 3 times, then you can't ever take the ability again with like a different character.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to hold myself to that,
Yeah.
but I do
Yeah.
also have 2 more uses. So
Yeah, I guess the one that I picked was inspiration. When an ally takes, when an ally you can see or hear while making a skill check, you can encourage them to give them +1 accuracy for increased effect. So yeah, I went for
Yeah.
like a support direction of giving people accuracy.
Nice.
What did Nani pick?
Spider. When you need something done without involving yourself or your group, you can call one of your many contacts.
Oh my God.
Picked up to 3 of the following words to describe how to get it done. Quiet, clean, or quick. For each word you pick, the GM chooses one thing you will need to get your contract or else owe them after the job is done.
That's awesome.
that's
Yeah.
fun.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
I like how they're little mini games, a lot of them.
I really like that. Yeah. And I thank you all of so much. You did a great job of GMing, but I really appreciated being able to just use some Blades in the Dark homebrew to like flashback. So that's
Yeah.
because I wanted to play a character that had been completely just entwined and entangled with the prison ecosystem.
Mhm.
And that's hard to do when we haven't like talked about it. So it's like, okay, we'll just make it up on the fly. That's great. It's fine, and it
Yeah.
worked out.
Yeah.
That flashback mechanic is so awesome. Like, oh my God, it's such a cool mechanic. I love that so much.
Yeah.
Games are too scared to release their grip on temporality.
Yeah.
I think.
It's
Like D&D games, I think it's really rare that I see like people like shifting forward or backward
Right.
in time, where it's just like, what do you do today? What do you do tomorrow? Like
yeah.
even like you're doing time skips, which is like such like a basic thing in storytelling.
Yeah.
Like when you're so simulationist,
Yeah.
as like D&D tends to be,
Yeah.
like those storytelling tools can fall by the wayside. So I think flashbacks are a really nice way to get those back in.
Yeah. it
Didn't
was
we have a
great.
montage too?
At what point did we have a montage?
Maybe I made that up. Okay, never mind. Maybe it was a different game that we played.
I like that there is a cost to the flashback, right? You have to
Yeah.
spend
Yeah.
stress. I really like that a lot. Because it does makes it way more of a choice. Like if you could just do it freely, it would just break and it wouldn't feel as good.
Yeah.
I really like that you have to spend a resource to do a flashback, and it's just
Yeah.
so cool to be like to justify a reason that like Nani can do this thing, or Nani is so like you said, so entwined with the system. Yeah, really fun. I like.
Can we talk about XP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about XP?
Sure.
Yeah, what about it?
Remember how we homebrewed it and we're just like, y'all are gonna level up like 4 times over the course of this at
Oh,
this
right,
rate.
right.
And like we just like I think multiplied the amount of XP you needed by like 10 or something
Uh-huh.
to get to the next. Yeah, y'all like hit 60 XP.
We only leveled once, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
and I think
Is that what? But that's what that was the intention, was it not?
yeah.
Okay,
And
okay.
so I think like I don't know, it's basically we just massaged the numbers until it became milestone based.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to be able to have milestone based pacing like that, but also the like minor ideals and like talking about the session is like such a nice ritual.
Yeah.
I don't know, like in like D&D or not D&D, XP seems like such a like driving force of that.
Right.
Like I want to
Mhm.
have that ritual, but also I want milestone stuff, and I don't know how to resolve those two things.
I don't know.
I mean, the immediate obvious answer to me is you find players who are in it for the experience and not the XP. That's
Hey.
a really weird way of saying that.
So you just do the ritual, even though it doesn't mechanically add to anything. Kind of is what
Yeah.
is what you're getting at. Or?
Yeah, like that's the immediate one that occurs to me. That
Yeah.
being said, I don't think that would work for a lot of folks.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah.
I think you could also, because the way it's set up is like, okay, if you're role playing well or you're trying to do the things, then you do get a bunch of XP. So hopefully, so I like the idea of saying like, okay, you guys could level up, you have enough to level up, but you're not going to be able to actually cash that out until we hit this milestone.
Oh,
Hmm. So
and
you
then
can
you just do the ritual without that.
you can kind of
at that
bank
point?
it.
Yeah.
Okay, alternate idea. What if that's the way that you clear heat? Not clear heat, clear stress.
Clear stress.
So for every ideal
Ooh.
you
Oh.
hit, you take down
Oh.
one stress.
Oh, nice. Okay, I do like that actually.
Interesting.
I feel like I would be then disincentivized to meet those goals.
Yeah,
'Cause you
because
want-
people want
I
stress,
want to
right?
be stressed.
Yeah.
Okay, what about its XP? And you can either put it towards your the character
Yeah,
or
there you
its
go.
stress.
I was just thinking of like trying to think of something more temporary, like a consumable that you're using.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right.
Okay, what do you like about being stressed? Like what are you looking for there? Why don't you want stress points?
Because I want to have my character grow and change.
Mhm,
Not even
mhm.
necessarily like heal and change, but grow in different directions. And I think that stress and breaking is a really
Mhm.
useful mechanic to facilitate that.
Yeah, it forces something to change, whether positive or negative, but it like forces it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Can I posit a silly homebrew?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get XP, and then you can use your XP in order to buy a new trigger, but it has to be kind of a non-combat kind of useless trigger, like +2 to dance.
Okay.
To dance.
Yeah, +2 to break dance.
Outside of the mech or in the mech? With the mech.
With the mech.
I do just
Trigger to narrative play.
Okay, yeah. I did want to acknowledge Wash Grandpa's idea here. I just think it's fun. I also think this would be cool as some kind of game where you're going back and forth in time with the same character. I don't know how that would work, but I think that's a cool idea. I mean, yeah, just having the flashback system was like a taste of that, and I thought that was really cool. So.
We should play Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, the RPG.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's just. Oh, we need to fast travel. Yeah.
Okay, how do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like every other time.
Yeah.
Classic.
Let's see here. There's.
I think we should do this other one from Keys.
Yeah.
Keys writes, the two things that really drew me to Lancer at first were the lore and the art. Have y'all had a chance to look through the mech frames you get access to at license level 2? If so, what do you see each of your characters piloting in the future purely off of vibes? I have some thoughts that I'll put in spoiler text. Don't look though until you've answered.
I want to see what they said for what they think. Does somebody want to start?
Swallowtail.
Swallowtail.
That makes sense.
Swallowtail through and through. Are you kidding?
I want
Athena and Nani would be
Yeah.
BFFs.
Just watching, plotting,
Mhm.
backseat driving.
What does Swallowtail
Yes.
look like? Whoa. Okay. That one is.
Oh,
really,
that one. Yeah, yeah.
it's a
The,
really
like, tarantula.
cool-looking mech, yeah.
Mhm.
And can it go invisible? Is it like a cloak stealth mech?
Yeah, it's like a
Very cool.
beings vessel, sort of. It gathers. I was just talking about how awful mass surveillance is, but it surveils. It it
Cool.
is what its special thing that Athena, its NHP, can do is like create a simulation, so you essentially get like a reroll,
Mhm.
and you can say like, oh, that's a thing where this person was hit. Actually, that was a simulation, and so you get to reroll it.
That's cool.
Talk about being disconnected from temporality.
Yeah, and also orator. Lots of orator.
Lots of order.
Orator as
Oh.
like a talent. That was going to be my thing.
Nice.
Doesn't make sense, but it would have been fun.
So I thought about this pretty extensively during the campaign, and then Rat changed, and now I don't think it's a great match. But I was looking at Morning Cloak for Rat, largely because of the very occasionally you just vanish mechanic. And now I don't really have a good idea. I feel like I just don't know the mechs well enough. But now that Rat's planning on living, I feel like that's not the best. Not the best.
Oh, that's another really cool mech design.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
It's very pretty. It seems like way too like edgelord for Rat, because it's like I work on my own. I don't need you.
Yeah, Rat thinks he's an edgelord.
Oh, that's
He's
so
actually he's a doofus, but
And also just
trying to
ignore
think.
all of that and go gunslinger.
Rat has like really big IPSN energy.
I know that's a different corporation.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
thinking.
yeah.
I'm
yeah.
thinking like Nelson, but Nelson doesn't have a heavy mount, so you can't do
That's yeah.
the combat drill.
I don't. I literally just did a quick vibe check essentially before the stream because I didn't have time to look at this earlier, and my vibe check, I don't have no idea if any of these would actually work for the way Gatling was sort of going, the direction Gatling was going in. I mean, I think one of them it clearly would work because of the artwork, but the Drake looked like an obvious choice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The less obvious choice was Lancaster. It just looked. I just kind of liked the cool, crazy, like trucker looking thing with the legs, and I don't know if you can mount a big old heavy Gatling gun on that thing, but if you could, that could be kind of
Do
fun.
anything to a Lancaster.
And
Best
then,
frame.
and then the final one that I saw that I was like, oh, that one, like maybe that one could work as well, was the Tortuga. So those were the three that purely based
Definitely
on vibes.
IPSN.
Yeah, the IPSN aesthetic was like that feels like Gatling. The like less the other aesthetic that maybe could work for Gatling that kind of like caught my eye was, what was it? Oh, maybe something in the Harrison Armory. But
Yeah, I was gonna say like maybe like Iskander or something.
Mhm.
but yeah, but I think I think one of those 3 IPSN ones felt very appropriate for Gatling. So
Lancaster is pacifist run. Gatling. I think Drake
Oh.
is heavy machine gun run.
what's Tortuga?
Heavier machine gun.
Heavier machine gun?
No, well, maybe
Shotgun.
not
It's
machine
got
gun.
shotguns.
It's shotguns.
Oh,
It's shotguns.
Shotguns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus-
Okay.
Yeah, it's not Gatling.
So it's
Like,
it's
The Drake
then.
is the
Yeah.
Gatling.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the artwork.
Yeah.
Wait, but Enyo is saying you can do whatever you want with the Lancaster.
You actually could not.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
being.
Okay.
It only has a main aux mount, but I think Lancaster with heavy machine gun would be great, and we should do it.
Yeah, so I think probably Drake is the one.
I could see Rat going Horus,
Yeah. Okay. I can see
especially
that.
if he's going to get into paracausality.
Okay.
Oh, is Horus the like crazy looking like
Yeah.
like
Dave?
demon mechs or something?
Like what about the Baylor? What tell me about the Baylor?
How does Rat feel about never dying? But
No, that's a bad choice. Let's
But
not do
you
that.
get to be stabbed a lot. Like you get to kind of like
Oh God.
go on the crucifixion. Like everybody can like hurt you as much as they can, so they don't hurt your friends, and you'll just keep coming back.
I mean, that's
Seems really fitting.
it does. I don't know if that's worth not dying though.
I could see Rat maybe not intentionally ending up in a Baylor, right? Like it's like you
Yeah.
can see that trajectory happening, and I don't
Yeah.
think Rat would be actively pursuing it. I think it would just like
Mhm.
happen.
No, and like I guess Baylors can die. It's just they're tough to kill.
Castigating the enemies of the
I might go
god.
Baylor, honestly.
Yeah, I think Manticore would be like too much of a zealot.
I was thinking.
You have to
yeah,
have
that's too much.
beliefs, like, and be blinded by them.
Mm-hmm.
This is for any of the
For Manticore.
oh, for Manticore. Okay.
Okay,
But
I want
how
to
does
see.
Oregon-
I want to see what Key's guesses were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were Key's guesses?
Where were those? This was Nani as Black Witch. Vlad is the obvious choice for Rat. But hot take Tokugawa, and then Gatling is Lancaster.
Oh, okay.
Lanny, yeah.
Black Witch for Nani.
Black Witch. What is that? Just because she's got hips?
Oh, Vlad looks really cool.
Vlad is. I love the Vlad, and it has the drill.
Yeah, the-
Forearm. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. Okay, I could see Vlad. Yeah.
What was Nani's?
Black Witch. A magnetic magician.
Did you say? I know. Did you say because she has hips?
Yeah.
This mech does have hips.
I don't know.
You think I was joking about that?
I think the Black Witch is too much like up in the mix. Like Swallowtail feels perfect for Nani, like sitting back.
All of my little plans, and it
It
looks like a
also-
spider too. She's just
it's
weaving.
like it's like an extension of your chair. It has the like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I like it. Thank you, Keys, for those submissions.
Yes.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, because that's so funny about the Lancaster. You can't put a Gatling gun on it, but I was drawn to it when I saw it.
If you take a core bonus, you might be able to.
Oh, really? Where you can like modify frames that aren't allowed, like don't typically have certain things. You can like modify them.
Yeah, isn't that a thing?
You
Isn't
can
there?
give them a super heavy weapon, so not the heavy machine gun. It would have to be.
Is there a super
Okay.
heavy machine gun?
There is in the Drake license,
Hell
actually.
yes.
So Drake evidence
Fine.
accumulates. A Leviathan heavy assault cannon.
Wait, so if for the Lancaster then with that what is it, core system or whatever, could you add that super heavy machine gun thing to it?
Would be silly, but yes.
You could, but it would be silly, but you're saying that I could do it.
Yeah, it would be like license level like 5 or something.
Oh wow, you really gotta be up.
Wait,
there.
no, just license level 3. Actually, if that was your first core bonus.
Okay.
But what about getting the?
Oh right, yeah, the
the trade.
Leviathan. That's why.
Yeah,
I
the
said,
Leviathan.
That's why I said license level 5, because you got to have 2 in Lanny and then 3 in Drake.
Oh wow. Okay. So,
It's
not.
this heavy machine gun. You actually have to spend a quick action to spin it up first before you can even start to fire it as full actions later.
Yes,
Ooh.
I love it.
But it does
I love it.
so much damage.
I love it.
Number go up.
I would, yeah, a number go up, and I would spend all my heat to just keep firing.
Yeah.
It's 46 plus 4.
Ah.
So an average of what, 18 damage is that?
I guess I was rolling like insane with those damage rolls whenever I hit with that heavy machine gun, because I remember them being like,
Oh no, heavy machine gun's the best gun in the game.
oh okay. Okay.
Let's not mince words. You start off with the best mech in the game with access to the best weapons in the game. It's all downhill from there.
Okay, but you get such fun flavor text.
Yeah, everything else is better. It's like so freeing. It's like, okay, if you want good numbers, you do that. But we're not doing that here. Like, if you wanted good numbers, we wouldn't be in mechs. We'd be in like in tanks and stuff. That's not what mechs are for.
Give your mech's feet.
Give your mechs feet.
Cool.
I have stolen flavor text for the campaign I'm running from Lancer. Like, I have a file of phone pictures of flavor text from Lancer to describe things in the game I'm running.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's really world-class flavor text.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, it's like almost time. Does anybody else have any quick questions?
This makes me want to play Lancer more. I want to play Lancer.
Well, we've got a meeting about that next week.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
Olive, thank you for running this.
Yeah.
I know we've all said it many times, but it's worth saying again because, yeah, thank you so much. It was awesome.
It was my pleasure.
And also thank you for sharing this part of you with us. Like, this is something that has been a large part of your life for rather a while.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to see that and participate in that has been really special.
I'm glad that I was able to share, and y'all were down to play a tactical war game on this RP stream that we're doing. Thank you, Enyo, for introducing me to Lancer, which has hijacked my life.
I should have known. But you're welcome.
Do we want to briefly tease what's coming next week? Do we feel comfortable with that, or do we want to keep it close to the chest for now?
I tease it.
Okay. Yeah, do you want to do the honors?
Sure. So next week, unless I chicken out completely, I will be the admin running a game of Kane with our 3 exorcists. So I'll read the flavor text. Humanity is cursed, host to a roiling psychic sea, barely understood or controlled, a phenomenon arising purely from the darkest portions of the human soul. While most humans are blissfully unaware of its presence, others are more sensitive. When it grows wild in these hosts, sins appear, terrifying supernatural monsters that are anathema to reality itself. Causal. Pain is the solution, the global supernatural shadow organization dedicated solely to the hunting and execution of sins. Its mission is clear, its purpose steadfast. You are an exorcist, a powerful psychic soldier and tool of Cain, honed and wielded for one purpose: wipe out the stain. Yep, that'll be Kane. We'll see.
I'm excited.
That's what's coming next.
When can people tune in next time?
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday
Say,
at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on twitch.tv/storyreckless. Join our Discord. I can never remember. It's over there, I think. Join our Discord for more access to us.
Us. Yeah. We've had a couple conversations here and there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if more people join, then maybe there'll be more. But yeah, I'm always on Discord these days, so you can always ping it and I'll be around.
Yeah,
I
I'm on
think
Discord more often than I used to be.
I think Olive is maybe on Discord quite frequently as well.
Lancer Tactics launched its public Discord yesterday, the day before yesterday. I don't remember anymore.
There you go.
And so I have been on Discord a lot the last day or two.
That makes sense.
We good?
We're good. Everybody have a good night.
Ooh,
See you next
good
week.
night.
good night.
Bye.
Bye.